We got another Patreon request here. Today we're going to give a grade to the movie Slumdog Millionaire from 2008. Before I hop into it, is there a review you want me to do? Let me know. Please put in the comment section below and I get to it as best I can. And I also have Patreon, Patreon/Ali Zakka. For $2 a month, you get this cut in front of everybody. Get your movie review that you requested me out before it comes out on Facebook and YouTube. Now, let's go ahead and get on today's episode of 2008 Slumdog Millionaire. What is this movie about? It's about a boy who reflects on his life as he's answering questions on who wants to be a millionaire. And as he's answering these questions, getting these questions right, they're thinking that he is cheating. And when they think that he's cheating, they actually take up and like hold him hostage. But what is going on is that the questions he's getting asked all reflect on his life journey to where he is to that day. And can he answer the final question to become a millionaire? That is the gist of Slumdog Millionaire in a nutshell, but there's a lot more stuff that goes on. So Dave Patel plays a character by the name of Jamal, and he is experiencing life as an orphan with him and his brother and a girl that they was with the group with, and they escape. And one lives a life of crime while the other one kind of does a life of like small jobs. And as these questions are coming to Jamal as he's answering the show, he's on the show, he's answering these questions. He realizes that his life events, things that he's done, has remembered like, oh, I remember being here. I remember this question from this one event, from this one job I had about the Taj Mahal. And then when the question came up, oh, I remember this and this happened. And this is why I could answer another question as he's trying to hunt down the girl that he had a crush on that got left behind on one of the escapists, one of the escapes when he was younger, and then they come across each other here and there. And towards the end of the movie, he finally gets to meet the girl that he was crushing on, who is Lakita. I think I said it right, Lakita. When he finally come across her, he's trying to find a way to, to be with her and escape with her, and they go for a better life. All these things are coming and culminating to him being on the show. He decided to do the show because he thought he might have a shot, so he signed up for it, and he was answering question after question after questions. I think he makes a lot of money in the movie. Forget the number he makes, but he makes a lot of money. This movie is a good movie. It's a good movie. I think it got Best Picture of the Year for 2008. For the Oscars that year, and I think it's a really solid movie. To me though, it was just a little long, and it opens up pretty exciting, like he answering questions, next know he getting beat up, and you're like, what the heck? They're interrogating him, and they're knocking him out, and then he knows all the answers, but he's not cheating. And then it goes back to his backstory. The thing with me about this movie is that every time I went back to the backstory, I did not care. Personally, I was watching this movie and I was just like, okay, this is neat, it's cool. How we get to the millionaire? I want to get back to that. It's going to answer the question. I don't know. I think the flashbacks was what makes up part of the movie, which is a big part. He answered a question, go back to a flashback. He answered another question, go back to a flashback. He answered another question, go back to a flashback. But I think the flashback at certain parts, it dragged out. I really didn't care about some of the scenes when he was a kid. I just I get it. He was dirt poor, homeless, wasn't making no money, wasn't supposed to be educated, wasn't supposed to be smart. Yet he's answering these questions on the show that the world's like, oh my gosh, now the world's tuning in. So the kid who nobody cares about is now the kid that the world is now, tuned into to see, can he bring home, I think it's 200 million. It was a lot of money. I can't remember what the exact number was, but it was almost like a movie where it was fine, it was good. It's a 2-hour movie. I feel like it didn't need to be 2 hours for that. I think this movie could have been sufficient with an hour and 30 minutes or hour and 40 minutes. But it was fine. It was a good movie. I think the acting everybody did was a good job. The music's definitely a 2008, but it also worked. All I wanna do, doom, 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 boom, boom. Take your money. That song was in this movie. All these pop songs from that year was definitely in this movie that played. And the reason these songs was playing because it actually played what was going on. It was actually licensed music that was playing during actual scenes of the movie. Like these songs are played because of certain stuff was happening, so you can relate to it. I think everybody enjoyed this movie. Like it's just long to me. It was kind of boring at certain parts and times, but it was a good movie. You can't deny that this movie is a good movie, even though attention-wise, like after the big opener, and you see him get beat up, and then it goes to like his childhood, and he's escaping, and he's trying to help his brother steal food off a train, and it's just crazy, ridiculous stuff going on. It didn't hold my interest as much. There's parts of the movie where I was just like, all right, let's get back to the question. 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 But majority of the movie, he's actually sitting there answering questions throughout the movie. Like the movie, he's sitting down. He's in one scene for majority of the movie until like the interrogation scene, which they kind of do a flashback to. The movie opens up with him answer a question, gets beat up, and then do a flashback to what's going on to where he's at, and then you get to answer the final question where you're like, oh my gosh, and he does phone a friend. Finally, the girl his dream picks up, she's still alive, and then he finally gets to see her one last time, and end up being IMDb calls this movie a romance movie. I don't know about that, but drama for sure. Drama for sure. Let's go and get into cast and details. So, Slumdog Millionaire came out 2008. Like I said, it's a 2-hour movie. It's rated R. The directors is Danny Boyd and Loveleen Tadan. The writers of the movie is Simon Beaufoy and Vikas Swarup. The actors and actresses, Dave Patel, who played older Jamal. Dave Patel, I can think of, I seen this like, oh, that's the guy from The Last Airbender. That's Zuko. But he did a good job, good acting. Frida Pinto, she did a good job as well. She played Lakita, good work, great acting from her. Anil Kapoor, who played Prem, he was the head runner of the show. Good work from him. The rest of the cast is different characters. Different people come play different characters. Good work from the rest of the cast. I think everybody did a good job on acting. Like, they knocked it out the park when it came to acting in this movie. The budget for this movie was $15 million and gross worldwide $378 million at that time. So it definitely got its money back. Any other thoughts? The music in the movie's fine. Acting is fine. Like, the main gist, the idea of the story was a good idea. I like that. I just felt like they dragged the backstory a little bit too much. I think you really need all that extra drama in the backstory, or certain scenes you could have built the drama up, but you dragged it out way too long. Referring to certain scenes where I just want to see if he's going to answer another question. I want to see how he's going to do it. And then the interrogation scene, I just feel like they kind of like, as a shock value, like they need to beat the dude up. So like, is he lying? Is he cheating? Can they really like put a number on him? And then the police department's like, no, he's not cheating. He's just an honest guy. Like, his backstory checks out. He's just honest. And to me, I'm like, okay, but like, they had the whole, red district scene in the movie, and they get their friend out. It's like there's a bunch of stuff here and there, but I could not get invested in the whole backstory. Like, I didn't really see how they got to a certain point. Like, it was kind of cool that, like, for example, the reason why he knew somebody made the Colt 45 guns because the gun, he interacted with the gun when he was younger. Like, I like that kind of stuff, but I just didn't really care as much. Like, I just could not care about the cast. I would say that's it. But other than that, like, it's a good movie. Like, I just feel like it didn't need to be 2 hours long. They could have shortened up some scenes to get you more invested and keep you around. So hour 45, hour 30 would have been fine. All right. Is this a Friday night movie? No, I don't think it's a Friday night movie to watch your friends and family. Grading time. I'm going to grade Slumdog Millionaire from 2008. I'm going to give this movie a solid B. It gets an 85% for me. It's a good movie. I can see why I got movie of the year. I feel like the length of the movie for me didn't capture me. Like, was the reason why I give it a B. Some of the backstory is too long. It didn't need to be 2 hours long. It definitely could have been an hour and 30, hour and 45 minute movie. But the acting, the music, the main gist of the story, the idea of the story, solid writing, good work there. IMDb gives this movie an 8.0 out of 10. That is a B minus at 80%. Rotten Tomatoes, the critics, I should say, give this movie a 91%. That is an A minus, and the audience gives this movie a 90%. It's an A minus as well. So that's where Rotten Tomatoes sits at. I'm with a B and 85%. If you guys seen Slumdog Millionaire, what did you guys think? Please put in the comment section below. Other than that, see you guys next episode of Movie Breakdowns, and keep being awesome. Thank you so much for making it to the end of this video. I really appreciate that. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. If there's a review you want me to watch or do, let me know. Please put it in the comment section below this video. Also, you want to watch the last episode of Movie Breakdowns, it's right there. Just gotta click on it and you'll be able to watch it. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate it. Love y'all, and keep being awesome.